YouTube, Josh Krigman here. Welcome to my episode 11 reaction to Level 2 Cheat, the penultimate episode. 2 episodes left in the season, and it's a two-parter, and it's the hot spring stuff of Volume 2. Very weird spot to end a season, but I will say with absolute certainty this is the best pacing I've ever seen out of an isekai light novel getting adapted. Almost best pacing. You know what I mean. It's really good pacing. Like, it's taking its time. It's keeping in as many details as it can, barring the odd change for one scene that I'm still not a fan of the change. We all know the scene. Although, I'm happy to know, because I saw the episode preview last week, that this episode is going to have the Hiya and Damalnios scene. The original scene that was in Volume 1 that they skipped over. And I'm happy that they're putting it in after all. But you know what that means? It has to have the setup for that. Hiya has to get curious about those activities to want to do it with Damalnios just for the sake of curiosity. So, they're going to add in dialogue. They're going to have to. And it's going to be off-screen stuff that she'll be referencing with... And it's going to probably reference, like, after the first time that she kind of barged in and ruined it, Fleo put up a barrier, and they've been able to have those kinds of moments. And then Hiya starts to get more curious, and yada yada. You know what I mean. If them putting the scene in later than the original source material also fixes the problem I had with another scene, then this will be one of the greatest light novel isekai adaptations I have seen in a long time, barring, obviously, my boy Rimuru. I know, Season 3 is still releasing, and I've fallen behind considerably. I know, people. I'll get back to it. Okay? I will. Anywho, once the season's over, I will do a complete season review, going over what they did do, the very little that they didn't do, even though I've covered a lot of it already in each episode reaction. But, honestly, I'm looking forward to the next season's worth of content. If it's only going to be a volume and a half, or... honestly, a volume and a half. Because I'm thinking about Volume 4. No, you would want to do the whole of Volume 4. If you have 6 episodes to 3 and 6 to 4, you can definitely get the whole of Volume 4. And for people that have seen my prediction video, they'll know why I'm thinking this. Speaking of which, I will not be making a new prediction video for a second season because of the way I did my prediction. All you really need is the second half of that video, and that will still apply to a Season 2. So anywho, next time you see me, it'll be the post-episode discussion. See you in the reaction, and cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. Boy, what a ride. I was so excited. All the stuff they put in, stuff they moved around so it would make more sense at the hot springs. And they did extend stuff by adding in those scenes that were earlier in the story, but they moved them here. So I like the fact that we're doing the hot spring stuff as 2 separate episodes. I like that. Still not sure if I'm a fan of ending the season that way, but what are you going to do? I loved the stuff that was put in there, so it shows that they didn't completely forget the scene's existence. That is good, because some things that are set up early do play a role later. Okay? They do. It's about setting stuff up. And if people have a problem with Hiya, or they have a problem with certain scenes, fine. All the more power to you if you don't like them or you find them uncomfortable or whatever. But you can't ignore the fact that it was initially supposed to be earlier in the season. So whether this was a perfect adaptation or not, this scene was going to make it in one way or another. And I'm actually very surprised with how they handled it. Better than I thought they would. They could have done a little more, but hey, what am I to judge? Whatever. As for the rest of the episode, how they got to the hot springs was kind of glossed over, and I brought this up. She had to win a raffle that she kind of used magic to cheat to get it. Not realizing the trip was a family voucher up to 15 people. So it's kind of funny that we just randomly go into the beginning of the episode already at that point. No transition, but it makes sense. If you can cut something down for time and you're already adding in earlier scenes to a later episode, then it makes sense. You don't really need all of the setup for a scene like that. Okay? The episode also, because of the Hiya de Malnios scene, has confirmed that off-screen, Fleo and Riz do have sex. Okay? It's confirmed off-screen. She only interrupted one time, but she's aware that they do it at other points. Now, yes, that might come off as lazy, especially when I brought this up in the episode 6 reaction. I showed a panel from the manga of how the scene plays out. I don't need to bring it out again to remind you. But it's implying that the anime is acknowledging that it happens. So we're not just going to completely gloss over it, okay? That's also very important for where Fleo and Riz are in the hot springs, especially the one Riz is in. It'll play a role later, depending on if Season 2 is going to get to that point. I think it will. It would probably be like Season 2, Episode 7-ish, if I'm going off of the pacing of the anime so far. Man, I'm already looking forward to this one getting a Season 2. Cross my fingers, please. It's a better anime adaptation than the manga being an adaptation of the light novel. I'm already enjoying it more than I'm enjoying the manga. Okay? I like how the light novel goes. Don't know why the manga has to go off and do its own thing at Volume 3. Why? I don't even know if I want the answer to that question. But anywho, that was this episode. Very good. Can't wait for the finale of the season. That's next week. That's amazing. It's already the finale. People, to put into perspective, the season started, I was still an undergrad. The season is going to end next week, and I already have my bachelor's, and I'm working on my master's. That's what 12 weeks does to you, man. Whoo! Don't worry. Soon, I will get back to this boy. Do you think I was going to forget Rimuru? No. I'll get back to doing that series, Season 3. And I already have something else in the works. If I can manage my time with master's work and setting up a very ambitious video. Aside from that, I'll be recording and making a smaller production-wise, but still a prediction video. It's going to be for X-Men 97. I have my thoughts on the series, the 10 episodes, what I want from the future, just in general. So that'll also be coming soon. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.